A young girl waited by the roadside while her father fixed a flat tire. Without warning, a bolt fell and rolled into the middle of the road. Seeing it, the girl instinctively darted out to retrieve it. At that exact moment, a semi-truck barreled down from the opposite direction and struck the girl standing in the center of the lane. Jack and his wife Lisa were devastated. Desperate to bring their daughter Anna back, Jack turned to dark forces. He managed to transfer Anna's soul into a doll. After that, they often glimpsed their daughter moving through the house. Though they couldn't touch her, just catching sight of Anna's shadow was enough to give the couple some comfort. But Lisa began to sense something was wrong. Whatever had come back wasn't really Anna. It was something malevolent. One day, Lisa entered Anna's room armed with a Bible and crucifix. Hearing whispers from within, she raised the cross to perform an exorcism. Suddenly, Anna's body began convulsing violently. Then Anna transformed into a towering monster. Lisa froze in terror. When Jack came home and heard his wife screaming, he burst into the room to find half of Lisa's face torn and bloodied. Fighting through the pain, Lisa told him it wasn't Anna. It was a demon trying to possess their souls. Jack plastered the room with Bible verses and brought in a priest to seal the doll with holy water. Once the demon was trapped, the house finally fell quiet again. 12 years later, they decided to convert their home into an orphanage. A nun arrived with several children in tow. The kids were thrilled. This place was far more spacious than their previous home and came with modern amenities like a TV and washing machine. Jack explained that he and Lisa lived on the first floor while the children's rooms were upstairs. The nun asked if Jenny could stay on the ground floor since she had polio and couldn't easily manage stairs. Jack flipped a switch and an electric chairlift slowly descended from the second floor. He mentioned he'd installed it years ago for his wife when she was paralyzed. Jenny rode the lift up to the second floor. The hallway was eerily quiet. Suddenly, a white figure flashed at the far end of the dark corridor. Just as Jenny was about to get a better look, the playful shouts of the other children broke her concentration. When it came time to assign rooms, the other kids avoided Jenny because of her disability. She had no choice but to look for another room. She approached the door at the end of the hall again and was about to open it when Jack stopped her. He explained this had been his daughter Anna's room and no one was allowed inside. Eventually, Jenny and Linda, her only friend, settled into the room next door. It was filled with dolls. Jenny stood at the window, watching wistfully as the other kids played in the yard below. She didn't notice the figure slowly approaching from behind the door. When she sensed something off and spun around, all she saw was her crutch lying on the floor. At dinner, Jack led everyone in prayer, but kept staring oddly at something behind the nun. A chill ran down everyone's spine as they followed his gaze. Jack abruptly stood up to return to his room. Kelly quietly followed and peeked through the doorway, spotting a strange woman lying on the bed. The nun called Kelly back to finish her meal and told her to mind her own business. But the moment she sat down, the lights began flickering erratically.